Hello everyone, here we are again at the beautiful IRS of our city, and I've brought today my TT-02S with the spiffy blue Hellcat body from Zoo Racing. And I know I've been promising this video for a long time, and now that the weather is finally good, I finally managed to come here to this parking lot. It's not the biggest, and sadly it's not the flattest. There's creases and bumps and stuff, and the surface is rather rough, so it's not ideal. So I can't go to any lengths of speed runs today, but I was going to show you what I did to this thing. First thing you may have noticed, I went back to body posts, because with the electronics that I have in here, they are the more secure options to actually mount the body, because at high speeds the former body, that pink Corvette, used to fly away when there was a slight crease in the road and it was a bump, and the body went flying. So yeah, what I'm running in here is a setup from Nosram. It's an N22 modified 5.5 turns motor that, well, roughly translates to 7,700 to 8,200 kV, and a Nosram Comet HD, which is capable of 3 turns. I don't know how high that goes in kV ratings, but I'm guessing it's somewhere around 10,000, so I doubt that even the good quality plastic gears of Tamiya would survive that. Of course, we have the upgraded steering in here, the TT-02S long steering, upgraded springs on the dampers, which will probably need to be stiffened again. What I am also going to do is I'm getting new damper bridges. You can see how low the ones from the TT-02S are in the front and how high they are in the back. And I'm going to exchange them next week to carbon fiber dampers and damper bridges that are both the same height as the front one. That way I can actually then fit the Zoo Racing Bois body, which I mangled the first time I tried this. So yeah, that's going to still happen. Also, what I got a couple of weeks ago is this. It's the new power pack, secure mechanism from Phyre Racing. I'm missing the English word right now, and it works a treat. It's really easy to open it up. You just turn it and then you can lift the power pack out. I'm not going to do that because it's connected and I don't want that flying around. So yeah, I also changed the wheels for Team Power's slicks, pre-glued, because I messed up the gluing the last time I tried this, and the wheel soups were really wobbly, and yeah, I couldn't drive them this way, so sadly I have to make do with unpainted disc wheels now, but that's not really the problem anymore. So this, you've probably seen progress shots of this, I think I posted some, is the Zoo Racing Hellcat. I'm really proud of how this came out. I'm really proud that the wheel arches match the wheels, because I finally bought a bit of a tool to make that happen, because I was finally tired of messing up my bodies and not getting them to fit right. So yeah, I'm going to close. Okay, let's go. I just had a small complication with the camera. Let's hope it works out better right now. So, first things first, I'm not going to go all out on this because the motor is too fast for its own good. The model can take it, but the surroundings can't. They're just too short. If anyone knows of a private runway in Germany, in North Rhine-Westphalia, and can tell me where I can find it, I would gladly take it, because this is too short. It's not even 100 meters. It's too narrow. You have sidewalks on one side and concrete lining the other. So if you lose control of the car and can't catch it, you're going to pretty much end up breaking it, and I'm not that rich that I can afford a car just willy-nilly. Even though I dropped, I don't know how much money on this thing. So, yeah, I mean, this thing does not have a front diff anymore. There's a locking block in there. And what other people said is that with the locking block, it doesn't really corner all that well anymore. But I find that you can actually corner better and actually catch the car better when you lose control of it. I mean, there's still that element of being able to control where the car is going. You don't spin it out all the time when you go around a corner or when you're trying to corner the car. I mean, it's still okay. I lost control there. It just happens. But for the most part, this thing is actually pretty stable. I almost have absolutely no complaints, apart from that it's not really going all that straight right now. Part of that is because of the torque steer, because of the insane motor I dropped in this. And the other is because fine adjustments still need to be made to the long steering. I have it almost set for 0, so it's I think a 5% bias to the right, so it doesn't go as far to the right. But yeah, usually the torque steer in these things makes the car go to the right very, very noticeably. On the TT-01, I think it was the same problem, even though the motor was on the other side of the car. So the only thing that I'm still going to change at some point is the dampers. Probably they need to be harder, the springs need to be stiffer, so to say, because when you're cornering this thing quick, you can hear it scraping on the outside line of the corner on the body, so it actually leans, even though the car is this light. Also probably because if I take a right-hand turn, it scrapes on the left side because the heavy power pack is on that side. Because when you're looking at the model at the left side is only the motor and the light electronics. I'm using a small servo, and the ESC is made out of aluminium. The only heavy thing in there is the motor. So also what I really like are the tires, because they stick really nicely and make the car really drivable when you're not overdoing it like that. This is what happens when you're going all out. It spins out and is completely uncontrollable, a complete monster. So the dampers that I'm probably going with are the normal TRF ones, made out of aluminium. And the reason why I'm not going with the TRF SSBB versions is they're too short. I would have to flip the damper bridges upside down, and that would create another problem, because then the Bois body from Zoo Racing wouldn't fit anymore, because the damper stays would rise up too far. Also, I would have to get other mounting options, because of course when you turn them upside down you can't use the normal body mounting pins anymore, because they would interfere probably with the suspension on the rear and the back. So yeah, this is the only thing I'm going to change, and let's have one final rip before we cut it for this day. I'm really having no work on this. Again! Well, still works, so just have to fit this together. Okay, so the camera is giving us a bit of a problem here, but there's also, you get what you pay for. It's a cheap camera. I only bought it because it supports 4K video. So yeah, this is going to be it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me either here under the video or in the Facebook group. I'm going to post this in. I just said Facebook group. Okay, Facebook group. And I hope you enjoyed this at least a little bit, or as much as I did making it. So, have a good time. Thanks.